Good morning, everyone. My name is Katie Nash, and I'm the Professional Development Officer within the membership team of the Energy Institute. I'd like to introduce you to Vanessa, our Professional Membership Manager.
Good morning, all. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Vanessa, and I'm the Professional Membership Manager. I've been working with EI for the last 2 months, and I'm really grateful for you joining our mentoring platform webinar session today. Before we kickstart, I really want to stress the importance of mentoring, and just in terms of a quick summary. Mentoring is a two-way street, and it allows more experienced members to impart their knowledge with the younger professions, and it really ties in the bridge between more experienced and new professions, but then also ties in with our objective, which is to attract a more diverse workforce. So as the webinar commences, please allow yourself to have a moment and to think about the benefits of mentoring, in particular to your career. So thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Vanessa. And thank you all again for attending this morning to learn, as Vanessa said, about the EI's mentoring platform, EI Connect. This supportive service is one of our member benefits of our associate and professional member grades, and provides access to a wide range of other members, and matching skill sets and preferences to suit both mentors looking to offer advice and guidance, or mentees who may be wanting help with a professional registration application. So I would now like to introduce Chris Murray, one of the founders and directors of our platform, who is going to go into further detail on EI Connect. Welcome, Chris.
Thanks, Katie. Let's check, Katie, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Great. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. As Katie said, my name is Chris Murray. I'm one of the founders and directors of Perform, Learn, Develop that supply the mentoring platform for the Energy Institute and EI Connect. What is EI Connect? For those people who aren't familiar with it, some of you may already have accounts on the platform, but for people who aren't familiar, the platform is basically the Energy Institute's mentoring platform. The good news is it is a member benefit, so it is free to join and use the software. You can be a mentee, you can be a mentor, or you can be both roles on the platform. So you can have a mentor, and you can also support the Energy Institute by taking a mentee as well. As a mentee, so the way the platform works, and I'm just going to do a little bit on mentoring, but then when we get to the platform and we have a little look at the platform, as a mentee, you'll be able to search the platform for available mentors. The platform has been configured specifically for the Energy Institute, so the drop back downs and the searches are all areas. So there are a whole range of basically subject areas you can choose from to get mentoring support. Now, in terms of so the platform, it's not new. It's launched in March 2021. Currently, there are probably, since I did these slides, actually, there's probably just over 500 registered users on the platform. There are 329 mentees, and from a mentee point of view, there are 167 EI members who have signed up as mentors. It's currently 102 live relationships on the platform. There are a total of 14 industry sectors are represented by mentors, and there's a wide range of industry job roles as well. So the way that the platform is configured, you can choose and you can search by skill area, areas of expertise, industry sectors that mentors represent. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the benefits of mentoring and what you can hope to achieve on the platform. So I mean, mentoring is a great way to develop your career. There are countless studies that have been on mentoring and the benefits of mentoring for both the mentee, the mentor, and the company that the mentee or mentor are at. As a mentee, the platform and your mentor will help you gain insights into career routes that are available in the profession. So they'll help you in terms of being able to navigate the different career routes that may be available to you. They'll also, so navigating your career, moving through your career is definitely one advantage of mentoring, but also in role development. So there may be things you want to develop in the role you're currently in, or maybe a situational challenge you're facing that your mentor will also be able to help you develop in. Mentors can help you. They're an independent view in terms of your strengths, your weaknesses, and related to that, the skills and capabilities you can develop to succeed in your career. And also the platform gives you an ability as a mentee, as a mentor as well, to not only access support, but also develop and maintain your network. So there are also strong benefits for the mentor. So in terms of joining the platform as a mentor, firstly, and probably the obvious one is your ability to develop your coaching and mentoring skills, which tend always to be in high demand around careers. It's a great way to develop those skills, particularly if you've got an interest in coaching and mentoring. This is a ready-made platform and area for you to support people in that field. Gives you the ability as a mentor to pass on your experience, so the experience you've gained in the industry, and allow you to basically help raise standards in the industry, pass on those skills and expertise. But it also gives you a new perspective on your professional experiences and your professional career and your skills. So professions move on, jobs and the tasks that make up those jobs, they change, and mentees who join the platform, who join the profession, may have either through university or early on in their career stage, they may have been exposed to new ways of doing things that might also challenge you in terms of your view in a particular area, and help you to also learn as a mentor. You've also got the satisfaction of seeing others develop, overcome maybe hurdles that they're facing in their career. And also it gives you the opportunity, as I mentioned, not just to potentially develop new skills yourself, but also the mentoring platform is also a way to add to and expand your network. So we're just going to take a quick look. We're not going to spend a lot of time. I'm not going to do a sort of like demonstration. I'm just going to pull out some of the key features of the platform. So the platform, you can access the platform through the Energy Institute website. The platform is integrated with the website, so it uses single sign-on, so you don't have to create an additional username and password. You can use your Energy Institute access details to get onto the platform. From the home page, there's an explanation around what the platform is in terms of the mentoring platform and what it's hoping to achieve. From the home page, you'll find on the platform that if you're new to mentoring, as a mentee or a mentor, there's a whole host of resources throughout the platform. They start on the home page. They're in the form of videos, supporting PDF documents. So from the home page, the videos start to explain what mentoring is, the benefits, how to think about preparing. As I mentioned, wherever there are videos, there'll be documents that will either give further insight into an area, or they will, as a mentee and a mentor, they'll provide a process that you can follow whilst you're in the mentoring relationship. So when you come into the software, either as a mentee, a mentor, or as I mentioned before, you can create both roles as you join the platform. Or you can just join as one role. So you may join as a mentor, for example, be supporting a mentee, and then at a point in time, you might think that it would be useful for you to have a mentor. In which case, from your account, you can create a mentee account as well. But you come into the software. There's this onboarding area. The platform is hopefully simple, intuitive to use. There are 4 stages to the mentoring relationship. The first is this onboarding area where the video will explain how to use the software, and it'll encourage you as a mentee to start to think about the goals you might want to try and set and achieve. And also it will just basically just show you how to use the package. Now, once you've onboarded and you start to move through the software user journey, there will be stages along the way where additional resources will be available. So preparing for your first conversation, starting to progress the relationship and achieve the goals you're hoping to achieve. And then finally, when appropriate, how to bring the relationship to a close and what to do next. So your next step on the platform is, as both a mentee and the mentor, you create a profile. From the mentee's point of view, on the profile, you identify the types of support and expertise you would like. And from a mentor point of view, on the profile, you're basically identifying the areas of support and skills you feel comfortable, you feel confident that you can support a mentee in. So as a mentee, you impart a little bit of detail on your on the profile. Not a lot. It's not you can add a link to your LinkedIn profile as well, just so that the mentor's got a bit of background. So when you send your mentoring request, they've got background in terms of where you are in your career, what you're hoping to achieve, and then you make some choices. So in terms of areas you would like to work with your mentor on, aspects of energy where you'd like to develop your knowledge and your skills with your mentor's help. So you make some of those choices. Then they're multi-select, so you can choose several areas if you want to. And when you're ready, you just save your profile, and the platform will then bring back the mentors who've signed up to the service, who most meet your mentoring preferences, so the choices you've made and the support you're looking for in rank order, they will come back. You can change your search results at any point. You can, maybe look for someone in a particular region if you'd like to. You can then start to click through, and you can start to review those mentor profiles. So you will see the information that the mentor has placed on their profile, so their background, where they can help you as a mentor. At this stage, once you've had a look at the mentor's profile, you can ask a question. So you can ask questions before you send a mentoring request, just to make sure that you've interpreted the mentor's profile correctly. When you're ready, you can send your request. And then the platforms work on a series of engagement emails. So you don't have to keep coming back into the platform to see what's going on. As a mentee, as a mentor, you'll get an email to let you know you've got a request. If you get messages from your mentee, they'll appear into the email address you've registered onto the platform with. So again, you know, if you're using platforms, you'll get that alert into your email. You click on it and it will bring you into the software. Once you've chosen a mentor and you've been accepted, the software will then open the next stage of the user journey, which is preparing for the first conversation. So you'll be supported by resources on the platform. They start with the first conversation. Once you've had the first conversation, you can identify that as complete. A next set of resources will open up around progressing the relationship, achieving your goals. There's lots of tools and techniques available to the mentee in terms of specific skills around listening skills, questioning skills. The mentor, lots of tools and techniques and frameworks that are available for you should you be new to mentoring or should you be looking for a process to follow. So I'd encourage you to have a look at the resources. They're hopefully, the videos are bite-sized, so they're 2 to 3 minutes. They're quite simple. The resources give you further insight and processes to use. And then as you progress through the relationship, when you come into the software, the first thing you'll see once you're connected with a mentor or a mentee is your relationship dashboard. And this will identify who you're connected with, what stage of the mentoring relationship you're at. You'll have your messages here, so you can message through the platform if you want to. You can set up your video, your meetings here. So you can set up your meetings, take notes. Platform has its own integrated video. You can go off and use tools like Zoom, Teams if you're more comfortable with that, but you can also conduct the relationship through the platform's video if you'd like to. One thing you can also do is, as a mentor and a mentee, the software has a goal setting function. So from the mentee and the mentor perspective, there are simple diagnostic tools you can use to start to think about the goals you'd like to try and set, and then you can agree goals together on the platform. Again, you don't have to do that, but these are tools that are there if you want to use them to help you, form a clear path in terms of what you'd like to achieve and track that through the software. So that's a quick look at the software. Like I say, hopefully pulled out the salient points in terms of how the journey works. There's lots of help on there, frequently asked questions. You can also, if you're on the program and you've got a question for the Energy Institute, you can post that through the platform as well. So that's the software. What I'm just going to finish my bit on is just a couple of tips. Now, all these tips that I'm just going to briefly mention are supported in either videos or PDFs on the platform. But I thought I'd just finish really with a couple of tips. The first is around building a relationship, and my view would be once you connect, so as a mentor, you'll have had the mentoring request, you'll have the detail of the mentoring request, but when you have that first meeting, whether it's virtually, face to face, I'd make that first meeting a little bit more relaxed. So from a mentoring point of view, just mentee mentor, just try and use that meeting to make sure you're well matched, that you understand the goals you're trying to achieve. That then relates to listening, which is important for both roles, the mentee and the mentor. From the mentor point of view, it's important to listen so that you can understand. You can just sit back, listen to the mentee, and you can start to understand about where your skill set could support your mentee, either in their career development, a situational challenge they might be facing. In terms of questioning and understanding, again, from a mentee point of view, you shouldn't be worried about asking questions, asking for points of clarification, making sure that you've understood your mentor, understanding and making sure you know what have been agreed as next steps. In terms of giving and receiving feedback from a mentor point of view, there will come a point in the relationship where it's appropriate to start to give feedback. Again, there's lots of advice on the platform around how to approach that, but it's, you know, the obvious things here are making sure that when you're giving feedback, that is based on you know, evidence you've seen in the relationship with your mentee, you know, making sure that the feedback is balanced in terms of strengths you've seen, but also areas for improvement and development. And importantly for the mentee as well, being prepared to act on what has been agreed. So obviously bear in mind here that the mentor is giving their time to support you as a mentee. So making, even if you put time in your diary, ring fence time in your diary for actions you've agreed before you meet for the next time, just to evidence to your mentor that you're taking this seriously and that you've prepared and you're ready for the next meeting. And then finally, there'll come a point in the relationship, in the mentoring relationship, where it's time to close that down. That doesn't mean you can never contact each other again. As I mentioned before, the platform is a great way to expand your network. You'll be connected as two individuals, but it's good practice once you feel you've either achieved the goals you set out to achieve, or you've got as far as you can to close that down. It also allows you to feed back to the Energy Institute in terms of the programme, what you've achieved on the programme, any sort of advice you would give for improving the programme, so that that can be reviewed by Katie and the team. So that's my bit. So I'm gonna pass back to Katie now, and Katie will introduce the next section of the webinar.
That's great. Thank you so much, Chris. That was really insightful and informative. If you could stop sharing your screen, thank you so much. Perfect, thanks, Chris. I'd now like to introduce two ladies who are currently in a mentoring relationship with EI Connect, who agreed to come on and speak about their experiences with the platform and what they have gained from it. We have member Diana Davidson, Fellow of the Energy Institute and founder of Vertimus, and mentee Jennifer from Vattenfall, Chartered Scientist and Associate Member. Welcome both of you, and thank you for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hi, Jennifer. It's lovely to see you on the call today. Hi, Diana.
Welcome. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you for coming on today. So, Diana, I just wanted to start with asking you some questions about your mentoring experience. Why did you become a mentor in the first place?
Well, I've been an Energy Institute member for 23 years. If you look through our code of conduct, which every member is bound by, if you look at section 3, it's about integrity and responsibility, and that's a really important aspect of being a member of the Energy Institute. You have to give back, you have to share, and pay it forwards through your career. So for me, volunteering is really important. I'm one of 1,000 volunteers across the Energy Institute family, which is global. And that's really exciting because it gives us opportunities to give back, but also to enrich our own careers and the people around us. And that's really important. And if you also were at the Powerful Women conference yesterday, you'll also know that a new term was phrased by Eleanor Mills, a queenager, and I'm one of those. A queenager, a woman of a certain age who's been in the industry for a long time. Apparently 68% of us are more likely to mentor other people. And that's really important because the next generation need all the help we can possibly give them to help us to fight climate change.
Absolutely. Thanks, Diana. I wanted to ask, what approaches or techniques did you find were best whilst developing your mentoring relationship with Jennifer?
Well, I usually start with the 3 L's. And I must confess, I tend to look at LinkedIn first when I'm approached by a mentee. I'm one of 167 mentees, mentors even, and that's really important to make sure there's a really good fit. So LinkedIn's a great place to start, to sort of look at your mentee and see if there's a good fit, and to understand, what their career is all about and where they hope to go, who they already know, and what they've already done. So do a little research. That's L number 1. L number 2 is to look at learning, perhaps a little bit about what they want to achieve. There's an awful lot of diversity, not just in terms of personalities, but also in terms of objectives within the energy industry. And you may need to learn about whole new areas, which is exciting to look at. And then number 3 is to set up a call. Listen to them, listen to what their objectives and hopes and even fears are. It's really important to make sure that really is a good fit and you really understand and get what it's all about. So yes, that's what I would suggest, the 3 L's: LinkedIn, learning and listening.
Thank you, Diana. I think there were some really good points there. Regarding your mentoring relationship with Jennifer, did you need to adapt your approach at all?
Well, yes, I think everyone needs to adapt a little, otherwise it becomes a very rigid and unfriendly kind of situation. So for me, it's really important that you look at listening to your mentee. They've got lives as well as yourselves, and you do need to listen to each other and make sure that you're in sync. You also need to check your understanding of what objectives are and what your hopes are and what your needs are as a mentee and a mentor. And number 3, you need to agree on the best course of action so that you're all on the same page and you're doing the right things. And yes, that will change. In terms of Jennifer, she's looking after her 2nd child. And clearly she's juggling not just family, old and new, but also her career in terms of restarting and re-establishing her career and developing that, as well as her own family. So yes, life tends to throw you a few curveballs and you need to adjust and adapt. But that's part of the fun of being a mentee and a mentor. You can work together on navigating that.
Yeah, definitely. And learning from each other is really important as well, isn't it?
Right.
And do you have any advice or encouragement for anyone looking to be a mentor, anyone that might be watching today?
Well, I do love Harry Potter, and I'm sure everyone's on the call has probably seen Harry Potter and Diagon Alley, and when you're looking at finding your magic wand. And it is a bit like that. The wand does tend to choose the wizard, and we all want to be wizards and we all want to have fantastic powers. So yes, look through the 167 library of mentors very, very carefully, because we all have different skills and different capabilities and different ways of doing things. Make sure you find the one that is a perfect fit and that really speaks to you in ways that you feel are right for you and where you want to go. So yes, again, I would do a list. First of all, make sure you take enough time to do that. Don't do it in a rush. Have a good coffee and take it easy. Look through the library and see who's there. Then I'd also look at, as I said, shared interests, shared mission, shared passions. Make sure you're aligned. Then I'd also look at, shared networks. You may have people who've got, a lot of contacts already within your networks and your companies, so you can instantly see there's a commonality there. Then I'd also look at, a trial call. Make sure that you're fit and that you gel, because sometimes on paper things would look great, but personalities perhaps don't quite work out. That's how life is. And then I'd also look at perhaps getting some references together. Look, some of the LinkedIn profiles might have them. Check out with other mentees, how did it work out with them? And when you finally made your decision and you've gone on that journey together, don't forget to thank the people who are involved, because we're all volunteers. We all do it for free. And it takes quite a lot of time out of our lives. And, we're there for you. We're there to make sure you have a fantastic, successful career. And most of us are really proud of the mentees we have. And I certainly am, Jennifer.
Thank you so much, Diana. That's lovely. Thank you. I think you've just raised some amazing areas that the potential mentors can. I can see, that it's been a really good journey for yourselves and for meeting each other, which is just you're both a really good advocate of of mentoring in general, and how people can benefit from it. Jennifer, can I ask, is this the first time you've been a mentee, and were you nervous, and how did Diana put you at ease?
No, I've had other mentor previously, but I wanted to have access to Energy Institute because my intention is to get chartered environmentalist accreditation, and I thought, what better way than to do that with someone who's gone through the process before and can help me sort of navigate how to apply and the submission process and everything. And when it came to, was I nervous? I was not nervous in the sense that maybe it's the project manager in me, but I had very clearly defined what I needed to do and a plan of how to achieve it. And I knew what support I needed from the mentor to be able to implement it. But I was nervous in the sense that I was a bit intimidated by having access to someone who's obviously like top in their field and has a wonderful career with loads of personal achievements, but who also gives back to the industry. And I wanted to make a good impression, which I hope I've done. But then, but then through this process, I've come to learn that leadership is about being true to yourself. And Dana's always been very honest and true about who she is and what type of leader she is. And through that, we were able to connect and share our similar experiences, of which Harry Potter is one I've literally just found out about now, which I look forward to following up on. And through sharing our shared experiences, we can also have a giggle. There's been a lot of giggling as part of our mentoring process, and as a result, that put me at ease, and I was able to be open and honest with her.
Yeah, that's really
But
important.
giggling, my husband's always telling me off. He's saying, I don't know what you're talking about. There's a lot of giggling going on. I think mentoring should be fun.
Yes,
absolutely. Jennifer, how do you feel the mentoring process has helped develop your career, and how have you applied these skills in your current role?
For me, mentoring is a wonderful sense check that I'm approaching things in the right way, that I have the correct mindset, that I have the correct focus, and having that outside perspective is really good. So I'm so fortunate to be in a sector of renewable energy where there's lots to do and there's lots to take part in. But I am limited by time and energy with my wonderful family. And so mentoring has helped me look at these opportunities and assess like what is going to give me the most value in the time that I have. And, also make peace with letting go of some things and, accepting it's not a no, it's a not now. And talking to Anna, it's helped me to kind of make peace with that, which has been hard previously, but I know it's the right thing to do. And also, mentoring has helped me develop that self-belief that I can do things, and it's helped me assess what support I need to be able to extend my comfort zone so that I can keep on growing. Now, I find that often others believe in me before I believe in myself, which I don't feel is the right way round. But I'm definitely one of those people who just says yes and then I have a panic later. Um, because I can't live with the regret of not doing something, of an opportunity coming up and letting it go by. But then I also don't want to be overwhelmed or feel out of my depth. So mentoring has really helped me think of my future self and assess like how do I need to feel? What do I want to feel? Or what do I need to do So that future version of me who's done the opportunity feels that I've maximized it, and I can plan, and prepare what I need to do to be able to maximize that opportunity. So mentoring has been really good, and it's also, and this is a really tough one, it's helped me not to be self-critical and accept that I'm doing the best I can in the time that I have, and make peace with how I need to prioritize things. So I have my wonderful career, which I really, really enjoy, and this personal development and training, also family life, so young children and caring for elderly relatives, and also self-care, which is always the last on the list. Which Diana's like, do it, so important. And mentoring has helped me work on my flexibility and adaptation when it comes to managing all these spinning plates, and also thinking about, what do I need to adapt so that I can still push towards the goals that I have, whether that's with my colleagues to be able to, delegate or switch and change some tasks, or with my partner to be able to, he's been a massive help and support for me to be able for me to be able to do the things that I want to do, but also me support him in the stuff that he wants to do as well. And then, yeah, mentoring is a good way to kind of sense check and know that that support is out there, and just know what to ask for and when.
That's great. Thanks, Jennifer. Would you consider becoming a mentee again, or becoming a mentor to someone else in the future?
Yes. Well, currently I find myself in a bit of an ad hoc mentor position, mostly to my baby cousins, which is nice. And then I feel it's a wonderful way to kind of pass on the lessons learned that I have, and also see from the mentor's perspective that you want that person to succeed, and you want to support them, and see them grow. And maybe Diana feels that way about me, and it's just like, it makes me think like, oh, that's how she feels. That's really nice. But I'm also mindful of the growth that we have in our sector and our national and international goals of renewable energy and net zero. And as Diana mentioned before, like I'm happy to play my role in training up and supporting those who are entering the workforce, and also developing them so that they can take over the massive to-do list that we have.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's great.
One final question, Jennifer. Do you have any advice for other mentees who might be listening today and thinking about doing this process?
I would say absolutely go for it. Definitely get a mentor, but also be clear about what is the support you need. Really be honest about the timeline that you're working to. Like, what is your goal? What is your submission deadline? And then be mindful that you'll have periods of really good momentum and periods where you have to prioritize other things and put things on hold, which has definitely happened for me. Um, Also, show initiative when it comes to setting up meetings with your mentor. You are in charge of your own growth, and if you don't ask, you don't get. So you need to drive that yourself. And also be really open and honest so that you can get the most out of the process, and be ready to take on constructive feedback. You want to make a change, and you need to be open to that change. And yeah, definitely Dan has been in a very loving and nurturing way. He's given me some honest truths, but I needed to hear that. And that's really helped me kind of focus and move forward in achieving my goals.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much to both of you, Diana and Jennifer, sharing your experiences on mentoring today. I think we can all take away from that, some vital points, and for anyone thinking of becoming a mentor or mentee, I think there's some really good positive experiences that you've shared. So thank you so much. I'd like to bring in our professional membership manager, Benissi Doob, and open the floor for any questions that anyone has. So if you haven't done so already, you please feel free to use the chat box, and we can answer any questions that anyone has. Thank you.
Thank you all. As we draw to an end, and we've heard the benefits from Chris in terms of the presentation of the mentor and the mentee relationship. We've also heard the testimony from Jennifer as a mentee and also the testimony from Diana as a mentor. To anyone that is thinking about being a mentor or mentee, I urge you please to take a leap and get involved with the EI mentoring platform. We all need a bit of help in our careers, and we also have a responsibility to give back to the next generation that's coming after us. So if you are on the fence, please get in touch with us. We will give you the support you need in terms of being a mentor or a mentee. We recognize that the AI mentoring platform is quite new in terms of the launch 2021, but we at the EI are committed to making this platform one of the best platforms, and it's our commitment to improving your customer journey experience. So if you also know someone that would be a great mentor or mentee, please signpost them to us. Now, we have received a question in the chat whether the EI mentoring platform is web-based or available on mobile app. At the moment, it's only web-based. However, with the EI, I'm pleased to confirm that we are going through a massive digitalization project, and definitely in terms of incorporating the mobile app, this is something that we are going to look to implement and make a live system, but in order to improve the customer journey experience for our members. And may I just double check, is there any questions from our attendees today?
I just wanted to say that we put the EI Connect email address in the chat box. So if anyone does think of anything that they want to ask further on down the line after this webinar is finished, please do contact me, Ambernissi, and the team at eiconnect@energyints.org, and the email address, as I said, is in the chat box. So we do have a few minutes free if anyone did have any sort of final words to say across the team or again in the chat box. I wanted to thank Chris, Diana, Jennifer, and Ambernissi for joining me today and talking about EI Connect. It's been a really great and informative hour, and I'm just having a look at the chat box. Apologies. That's great. Thank you, Anthony. The information and real life examples were inspiring. I completely agree. I think the mentoring journey we've listened to today has indeed been inspiring. So thanks for that. So as I say, if anyone has any further questions, please do email. The EI Connect page is on our website, so please log on to that and have a look at everything we do on that. And I will close this meeting. So thanks very much, everyone, for attending today, and I look forward to hopefully connecting with some of you on our mentoring scheme in the future. Okay, thank you. Bye bye, everyone.
Thanks for organising. Bye bye. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Katie.